Okay, electromagnetic sensor is just like our eyes. It's more like optical sensors, and we're going to talk about some kind of applications and some kind of sensors to detect our environment. So the first thing we need to know is what is electromagnetic sensor. So between 700 nanometer and 400 nanometer, that is visible light. So anything between this within this range is the colors we call it red, yellow, blue, purple, blue, and other colors altogether. So those are the visible lights that we're going to deal with. If anything fast, the wavelength is longer than this one, then it might be infrared. Sometimes we are going to use microwave. We use microwave often at home all the time, and sometimes we're using radio waves to send out our signal. So depending on what is your frequency, what is your wavelength, then it's going to have different type of sensors or receivers we need to deal with when we are using this specific type of a sensor. So based on the spectrum, we might have radio signal, we might have microwave signal. Radio signal is a lot of time we are use that to detect what's going on in front of us, or we try to identify whether we have object in front of us. Microwave is similar, but it's powerful because it's insensitive to clouds. If you because we might have some kind of environment that is not so friendly, you got a lot of clouds. So in that case, we might want to use microwave radar to detect what's going on in our environment. In addition to that, we also have another powerful tool, and I believe everybody you know what those kind of sensors or devices are called. They are laser. So when we are using laser, one of the good property of laser is that it can reach an object far away, maybe 1,000 meter or 2,000 meter, and because it's efficient, it's high power, so in many cases we can detect what's going on in the environment very efficiently. Nowadays, there are many sensors use laser. It might not within the visible range, but when we are using laser, they are trying to identify what's what is the object in front of us. They are not dealing with just sending signal and bounce back. They actually do a scan. So when they start the sensor, it will start to sense the whole space. So and transmit all the saved data, all the data measured to a storage, so we can interpret those kind of measured data later on. So what kind of sensors we actually deal with? We might have light sensor. Light sensor is more like visible lights. We might have so we have CCD. We might have photoelectric detect, and those kind of information we can use image processing to identify what we're actually looking for. Are we looking for an artificial object on the ground, or are we looking for something which is blue in the environment, or are we recognize human face or try to recognize a specific people? Then licensor or CCD are important for those kind of applications. In addition to licensors, in many applications we use at home or IR sensor. Everybody must know what is an IR sensor, because if you are using your remote to control your TV set in your living room, then IR devices are one of the most popular sensors in our remote control. So one benefit of infrared LED is because it's cheap and it's active sensing. When you are not using the sensor, then we can just shut it off, or just do not provide the power to those devices, and everything is going to be very efficient. However, when we are using IR sensor, the resolution is going to be limited. And the other thing is, it might be affected by natural lights. Also, the distance you can detect signal using IR is going to be limited. If you try to find an object maybe 200-300 meters away, IR sensors is not a good idea. Sometimes we also use IR sensors and receivers to do specific function. For instance, night vision. You must watch those kind of shows on Discovery Channel. Some people wear their night vision glasses. All of a sudden, the view in front of it is going to are visible, and it's just like our regular uh, environment under sunshine. So those kind of things are all contributed by IR sensors. So when you try to use those kind of things, you need to be sure those sensors is good enough for your application, or it can provide adequate resolution to your application. Those are the things you might need to think about before you actually adopt those type of sensors.